Can you see me now? Yeah, I got glasses. I know, I'm getting old. We are gonna tackle our oil leak that we've got going on the 7000. This should be simpler than the power shift issue that we've got, because we're gonna have to split the tractor for that. It would appear that somebody has taken this oil pan off at one point, and instead of scraping all the foam or the cork gasket off, they basically just put a little bit of RTV around and tried to make it seal, and it kind of did, but obviously it is leaking. We're gonna fix it. Locked. Look how clean that is. So we got pretty much everything off now. You can see right here to the right, there's obviously some spots we missed, but remember, it's harder to get the power washer in there than it looks. If we look down here in this corner though, we can actually see what I'm talking about. See how it's got some oil buildup right there? It's not coming from above it, it's just on the oil pan. I can also see that there's been a time that they've patched this. Now this part doesn't look to be the leak. It definitely appears that it's something with this gasket, because you can kind of see as we go down farther, or I think you can anyways on the camera, that it only gets worse. And farther back here, you can see, like right there, matter of fact, I can pull some off for you. So that right there is just silicone that they threw over the cork gasket. Needless to say, that's not the right way to fix it, and what we're going to do is just drop this whole oil pan. We've already drained all the oil out of it, and we are going to get this all cleaned up, put the new gasket, or sorry, make a new gasket out of some gasket maker. You can tell just by how crispy this gasket is. I mean, it's absolutely useless, and you can see all the RTV that they threw over top of it. Now, because I don't want you all to have brake cleaner in your eyes, I'm actually going to move the camera. It's really because I'm concerned about the camera getting it on the lens. I care about your eyes too, though.
Don't crank it and just get it up against the pan so we don't have to worry about it falling on it.
We still have this leak back here on our 7000. And for the longest time, I actually thought it was something to do with the seals, because we took all this apart. Well, when I actually go back here and look, you can see right here at the top of the seal on this shaft, you can see there's a rock or something in the top of there. And then when you look in the bottom, underneath, I don't know if I get the camera to focus on that or not, but there's something there as well. Either way, we are going to replace it, because we've cleaned this off a few times, wiped it down and cleaned it off with brake cleaner, had it completely clean, and the tractor just sitting here, it's actually still seeping out of this the valve body for the PTO. So we're going to fix that. We got the seal for a whopping $3.40 something from AGCO, and worth every penny at the cost of hydraulic fluid. Well, you won't believe how foolish I was. I didn't press record, but essentially what happened was I took a screwdriver. This was already on here, and I basically just kept attempting to puncture through, which is what we've done here. And from there, I was able to get behind the actual metal, because it is metal faced, but a rubber seal behind it. I was able to get the screwdriver through there. Once it was through there, like so. So once I got it through there like so, I was able to pry behind it and pull it off. Had to remove couple of things, but you'll see those get back on. And moral of the story is that this is our new seal, and it is much softer. The old one is it's pretty rigid. And not only that, but it does have a lot of debris that's gotten in here at some point, and it's like gritty, gravelly debris. So now all I'm doing is I'm going to stuff this paper towel in here, get it around that seal area, and we're going to clean that out. Once we get that cleaned out, we will put the new seal on and hopefully not have any more leaks. Long flat piece. It's just a chisel point. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to gently tap the top, and then I'm going to gently tap the bottom. Actually, I'm going to do side to side. So I'm going to gently tap the back side. I'm going to gently tap the other side. I'm going to have to keep going back and forth until I get it. But all right, everything seems as though it is back together like it should be. So we're going to put everything back like it was. All right, that part should be done. So theoretically, that should be good. We're going to fire the tractor up here in a minute. So we got all the big leaks fixed. Now, I still do have a small leak with my fuel pump, with the Roostermaster pump right here. And I'm hoping it's going to hold off until I split the tractor this winter. I don't know that it will because it's 60 acres to go. God willing it will, and that'd be great because I wouldn't have to use one tractor to cut, rake, and bale. I could use one tractor to cut and rake with like we've been doing, and then leave the baler hooked up to the other tractor. We'll see. I don't know how it's going to go, but we're going to get this thing fired up, and we're going to test to see if this is leaking still. Use it a few times now, and I don't see anything, so that's good. Oh. While old girl settles down from being ran for a few, we need to fix this. So you can see my seal right there. It is not staying where it's supposed to. And there's some washers, some spacers that are in there. And I think that we're just going to put another one in there so it'll keep this seal where it needs to be. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side because this side seeps a little bit. We're going to put a new seal in it and then do the same thing. Now, the first step to removing your 3-point arms is pretty simple. You're going to take needle nose pliers or something to get under here. Oops. Get under this ring. It's not a snap ring. It doesn't have the holes in it where you could just use a snap ring to get behind it. I'll be able to show you a little better here in just a second. There. So once you get behind this ring, now what you can do, you can go to the other side and do the same thing. You're just going to keep walking it around, and then eventually you'll have it out. There, got it. I'm sure there's actually a special tool for it. I don't have it. I'm sure there is a special tool to remove this. I don't have it. Like I said, they're niched or angled edges like that. It's real easy just to get under it, pry it back with the pliers, and get a screwdriver behind there to help you. And then you can also tell by looking at it that it's not bent, it's not messed up. So that's an easy way to do it. Now I'm going to stack all my parts up here that come off of here. There's a snap ring right here that does need to be removed so we can take this cylinder off. It is relatively easy to do, especially if you have snap ring pliers. If you don't, and you have 2 sets of needle nose, what you can do is you can put one side of the needle nose through the hole, put the other set of needle nose through the other hole, or even just grab the tab, and then you can pull against them, and that should give you what you need. I can't do it that way. I don't have enough grip strength. All right, I got that out. If you don't have snap ring pliers, or some small needle nose to be able to get that out, what you can do is you can take this pin out down here at the bottom of the cylinder. It'll achieve the same thing, but then you have the weight of that cylinder on this arm, and I'm trying to avoid that. That'll come out just like so. Once that's out, you get this down far enough, you can simply wiggle this and it'll come right off. I forgot, if you support the bottom of the 3-point, like the actual lift arm, if you support that with a jack, it'll make this much easier. Don't pinch your fingers. All right, so if I take this off, you can see the ring, or sorry, the gasket that we pushed back in there. Not real sure why it didn't stay seated, but what we've done, because we've already replaced this one, I'm gonna add a couple more of these spacers. Now on the or on the parts book manual, it only shows one of these on each side. Do I have an issue with this? Yeah, that's probably the real issue behind it. However, I don't have a good way to fix it. Because if you look at this, right? I don't know, it actually doesn't. I thought maybe it was just moving back and forth from the arms swinging, but I guess not. Yeah, but we're gonna put another spacer in there just for good measure. All right, that's on. Looks like that's gonna stay like it's supposed to.